Yeah, let's go red for Japanese.
That looks terrible.
Public. My name's Dutch.
Jules here.
Don't.
Welcome to a special event here at Curiosity Public. We're going to do another blind, guys. And we're going to do a blind between Japanese whiskeys. And not just any Japanese whiskeys. Possibly two of the most expensive bottles we have here on set, period.
That is why I show up.
We're going to be doing a blind between the 17, or two of the 17-year-old expressions. One from Suntory and one from Nikka. So what do we got, Jules? Jules the mime. The first one is Hibiki 17. Look at that box. That is a cool looking box. Inside the box is an even cooler looking bottle.
Whoa, look at that top.
Yeah, I mean, the Hibiki bottles are always very, very cool. This one's even cooler because it says 17 years old, 43% alcohol. Look at that beautiful bottle. Look at that.
It's like it's on a scroll.
It is. It's pretty amazing. This guy, I think I have the price.
I'm not going to make that comment.
We have to bleep some stuff here.
What? It's a scroll.
Okay.
There it is.
There it is. We're gonna. Hopefully, we can like do anime version.
How can you
of
bleep scroll?
I can bleep whatever I want. I don't know. Sneak it in there. Pass the censors. Okay, the other bottle is Nikka 17, the Taketsuru 17 pure malt. Look at that. Look at that. Very cool looking bottle. Obviously, you know, we've had the regular Taketsuru pure malt, excellent bottle. They recently kind of changed it. They've got a white label.
Rebranded, right?
Well, they just changed the labeling. Actually matches this labeling. You know, it used to have a black label. Now it's got a white label. They say that they've improved the blend, but the 17 is kind of its own thing. I mean, this is some premium product right here. These are very expensive bottles. We'll pop up the price point that you paid for both of these. I will say, if you just Google the prices on these, you'll probably get things that are even higher than that because we didn't want to pay kind of the going rate. We were able to get both of these relatively close to, I think, what the MSRPs are these days, which is very high. Have you guys ever had either of these? Well, we've had this one, I think, right?
Yes.
First time.
Here.
Yeah, I mean, these are very rich, velvety, tasty drams. And
why are you tainting the
I didn't tell you which one's better. The point here is we're going to try to determine which one's better. Do you have any idea which one's better right now off the top of your head?
I don't want to know. I want the experience.
Okay, so maybe I should just shut up and we'll get these poured and we'll taste them. Is that what you want to do?
Let's do it.
Okay, head to head. Blind, 17-year-old Japanese whiskey. We'll get off set. We'll have our esteemed super producer come pour for us. We are back. Jules is back as well, and our wonderful producer has poured these for us.
Is it Japanese?
Maybe, but we've got a red and we got a blue. Let's get tasting. Let's see which one we like better.
Red. What happened to my blue pen? Thank you.
I stole it.
Let me just say, I mean, just approaching
You can smell it.
you can the aroma
waft.
is incredible. Yeah, this is what you pay for. This is what you pay for. So just for our viewers, what we're trying to explain is that sometimes the younger age liquors, when you go for the when you're doing the nosing, sometimes you have to set aside the alcohol burn, the ethanol, in order to appreciate the actual flavor behind it, right? Here, you don't have to do any of that. It's basically the aroma first. Mm-hmm. All of the fruits, all of the ripe fruits, all of that it's just available to you.
They're very
They're very different.
They're different, but they're both excellent.
Excellent. Yeah, that's right.
Plenty of time to taste. Do you guys have a winner?
I do.
Kind of.
I'm with you. I don't really know that
It's hard because I think there's enough distinction between the two. And you actually said it earlier that you would choose one for a particular occasion.
I agree with that completely.
Yeah, I'm totally in alignment with that.
So. Yeah. I'm with you. I any day of the week, it depends on what I'm doing. I would pick one over the other.
Yeah.
So it's razor thin, but I can give you the answer for where I am right now in this moment.
Perfect.
So let's reveal our thoughts on the aroma first off. So the aroma, I did have a winner, I think. I preferred the blue. Just a little bit.
The blue?
How about you?
I agree.
Blue.
I know. There was more fruit.
Stood out.
It was a little bit sweeter. You could really pick out the fruit. Whereas the red was delicious, but it was just a little more grainy. I got less fruit on the red, personally.
Well, for me, because that's why I love these comparisons, because you always get a standout, at least I feel. And the blue just had way more depth. There was a lot happening on the nose that I really enjoyed. And actually, I wanted to tease out some more. So it's like, let me wait and see what's happening, just to see what else I experience, Yeah. So that's why blue really stood out.
Yeah, I agree more with Jules. I think I disagree with Dutch talking about like more grain in the red. I thought the grain was on this side. It was almost like it was like a blanket of fruit, and you were kind of peeling the blanket off, and you're getting that grain. Yeah, a lot of layers. That's right. And there's that little grainy.
You know what it is? It's like it's almost more of an earthiness on the red, not so much a grain.
I wrote earthy for blue.
Really?
And we can talk about
this
that.
Is honey.
So the reason why ultimately I ended up picking blue was because it was much more complex.
Yeah. Agreed.
It was harder to kind of tease out some things, but it was also very interesting. Whereas the red was very straightforward, well balanced, harmonious, round, and just kind of stayed true throughout the whole kind of experience. This one kind of came at different angles, and
the blue.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why I thought blue was much more interesting, and I picked that.
All right. Well, I don't know. Should we put up a scoring matrix? I mean, my favorite is so minimally a favorite, but let's do it again.
I agree.
Because we're gonna guess.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's go to palate. The blue was, to me, was smokier, peatier almost. And it really hit me more on the finish. Delicious, well balanced, amazing flavors. But that was the distinctive quality compared to the red, where I got more sweetness, a little less smoke. It was a little bit lighter, a little more floral. And ultimately, I did pick the red as my favorite. And my guess is that we'll go blue and then red. My guess, the blue is the Nikka. My guess is that the red is the Hibiki. Because again, that floral component, it was a little bit more delicate in some ways, but I just found a little more depth of flavor in the red. Little bit. I mean, this is like on a day.
Yeah, I mean, you're literally.
And I think the reason ultimately that I picked the red as my favorite versus the blue is it was maybe slightly more drinkable. Whereas if I wanted to just sit down and have a relaxing evening where I'm completely focused on the whiskey, I'd pick the blue. But if there's company and I want to have a little bit of conversation, I'd go for the red just because it's a little bit less intense for me. I don't know if that makes sense, but that was my rash. That was what was going on in my head. Razor thin.
I think I can. Yeah, same thing for me. Again, it's literally what I said earlier. It's like depending on the kind of mood I'm in. And I would actually relate it more to this felt like yakitori. This felt like yakitori. Like I'm in front of a grill. I want something smoky along with that. I mean, that's what this felt like. This had the blue. This I would. Huh? No,
which one are you
talking? I'm talking about the blue right now because I'm holding it up.
I know, but you can't.
Blue, smoky. All right.
But you have a black shirt on.
Fair enough. All right,
just say it. Yeah,
blue, smoky. I'm at yakitori. Red. This felt like I might be at a sushi place getting some sushi only because I'm trying to pull out different things. Flavor of the fish, for example, is like a lot of depth, but it's kind of like you have to dig for it. It's really subtle unless I just do a wasabi or soy sauce bomb, and that's where I'd relate the experience to. But ultimately, I did like red more. So I'm the same as you in that I liked red more. And I do also agree with you. I think red was the Hibiki.
Okay.
And I said blue's the Taketsuru, so.
All right, so I'm getting chills because I'm like
They're
in
multiplying?
sync.
And you're losing control?
Yeah, losing control. I was gonna do the X wagon, but
I dropped that.
Yeah, but it's amazing. I mean, we're totally in sync.
Wow.
And the thing is, I thought first of all, I want to mention your food pairing. I was thinking red, definitely fish, seafood, and blue, it's all like chicken. And I was like,
chicken skin,
yeah.
Oh my god,
the yakitori, right?
Yeah.
Or as you put it, yakitori. Yeah. So, I mean, it's exactly that. Definitely smokier blue.
Yep.
I wrote earthy grain mouthfeel, and for the red, well-rounded bright fruits and ripe fruits.
Yeah.
It was, and ultimately I ended up picking the red.
What?
Because
Whoa, we have a definitive.
Yeah, you know why? I ultimately picked this because of the balance.
Yeah.
Balance.
Yeah.
Rather than the complexity. I would agree that the blue is a little bit more complex. But if I were, at the end of the day, I just want something to sit down and go, this is an experience. I want that balance.
Well, I come back to what I said, which was, we're sitting here having a discussion. That's why I think the red won. If we were by ourselves...
Yeah, either of these will be...
We might be leaning a little bit more towards the blue. And that's just kind of one of those intangibles that is... When it gets this complex and this delicate and this intense, you kind of have to factor in the environment. And
Sure.
Okay, so what did you think it is, though?
Oh, I thought this was definitely Hibiki.
The red?
Yeah,
Okay.
And this is the Nikka.
Dude, we're like all...
So we all agree that the red is the best, and we all think it's Hibiki. Let's see if we're right. But we do have the definitive winner, whatever the red
or
one
we'll
is.
be 100% wrong.
Here is our result tab. Oh. And we are completely right. The blue is the Nikka, the red is the Hibiki. We are Japanese whiskey experts now. We just proved it by science.
I thought you were going to say we are turning Japanese.
Nice! We are.
That's a copyrighted song, so we can't.
We're not going to sing it or play it.
You can say it.
You can say the title of the name of the song. The title of the name. You can say the title of the name of the song. Okay. You can say the name of the song. You could also say the name of the song, which is called the title of the song. And I'm going to shut up now. We have a definitive winner. Nikka was not the winner. Hibiki.
Wow.
That was awesome.
Let me try that again.
This is not the first.
We have a definitive winner. I'm just going to cut all that, and I'm going to put this part in, which I'm going to say perfectly. We have a definitive winner, which was the Hibiki 17, edging out the Taketsuru 17. Jules, take us to Japan.
Tell us what you think in the comments below. Actually, I think this might be a first time where it's 100% of everything. Yeah. What we chose as our favorite and what we guessed. So that's a first. But give us a thumbs up if you like this episode. Subscribe for more videos from Curiosity Public. Hit that bell icon to receive notifications whenever new videos are up. Please consider helping our channel out by joining Curiosity Private, which is the membership program on YouTube. We do have a podcast. Check it out on major podcast platforms out there. We are selling t-shirts. Dylan's got one of them.
He's our model.
On her back. On his back. On her back. I don't know what the heck I'm saying.
You're going to carry him on your back like Luke Skywalker and Yoda? That's going to be a picture.
Or C-3PO and Chewie. I think that's the picture.
Yeah, that is a picture.
As always, stay safe, stay healthy.
Stay curious. I'm just picturing
the thumbnail.
We
got it already.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Wow, guys.
Holy crap, so good.
Wow. So what were you saying you liked? You said there was one that stood out for you, I thought, when you came in, right?
No, they just both.
Oh, they both. Oh.
You should try it.
Oh, I just finished my Nikka, though. The Nikka's so good, too.
It is.
Really
they are
good.
fun.
They're so good.